Hi everyone, Kirstie here from Bits of Bernard. I realise that a lot of you don't know how I got into photography, or especially pet photography, and especially with this Soulmates project, I really wanted to sort of share a bit of that with you and a bit of who I am and my history as well. So I'll start at the start, and I'll try to keep it short. So I'll start at the start. 10 years ago almost, I was out hiking and I was bitten by a mosquito, and that mosquito carried, and I was then contracted with Ross River fever. If you don't know Ross River, it does affect everybody differently, and it can affect you for a couple of months or a couple of years or ongoing. So yeah, I was a bit unlucky. I ended up, my main symptoms were like lots of aches in my joints, which is very common, and yeah, pins and needles, and mostly the hardest thing was exhaustion. So I was at school at the time. I wasn't able to finish school as normal as everyone else would, so I ended up doing my last 2 years over 3 years. For the first few months, my dad fed me, my mum washed my hair. It was a pretty crappy time, but gradually I got stronger. However, when you're separated from your peers for that long, and I don't know, your entire world changes. You have to process, like, it took a long time to diagnose me as well. So at 17, I was processing the crazy thoughts that 17-year-olds shouldn't have to process. I didn't know what was wrong, if I was ever going to get better, and all of these crazy emotional roller coaster I went through. And so I think it was probably about a year, or maybe it was slow, gradual interlocking, I don't know. But yeah, what happened was my body got stronger, but I think my headspace got less strong. And so I might have been capable of going out and going for a walk and probably going back to school sooner and all of these things, but I was so depressed that I just didn't want to leave my room, and by not leaving my room, then of course I didn't get any stronger, and the cycle went on. So I was probably sick with Ross River for a year, and then I think I was probably sick for another year with mental illness, but of course the two overlap. So a lot of people, struggle with this sort of thing when they're chronically ill. I was really lucky that, as much as, everyone tried to help me. My parents tried to help and get me help, my friends, like everything. But I was quite stubborn, and in my head, I didn't think I was sick. Mentally ill. I thought that it was symptoms of Ross River, and so yeah, I didn't seek professional help, which looking back would have been really helpful. But what did happen was I ended up with my Papi flu, and she's a Kelpie cross, as most of you probably know. And anything with Kelpie in them need a lot of attention. They need, they need a lot of exercise, but also mental stimulation. So I couldn't just, I love animals. I grew up on horseback, and always out in the, outside with our dogs and pigs and horses and cows and whatever. So when I got this Kelpie, and we were living in town at this point, so I knew that she needed, all this work, that taught me, that got me back out of bed again, and eventually, I'd walk her, and walking put me in fresh air, and being in fresh air, and I would talk to people because I was walking, and some sunshine because it was, summertime, and all of these things all work together, to really strengthen the place that or get me into a better place, I suppose. But I definitely attribute all of that to Flea, because I don't know how long it would have taken otherwise, and to then have that beautiful bond with her, and that, obviously we were side by side all day, every day, because I wasn't really at school much. And then, to look back and realize that she's what sort of saved me, I suppose, that's really, really special. So yeah, I ended up moving into photography, and from photography, I ended up doing pets, which just kind of happened. And I guess the reason I followed that and pursued that is because I realized that I then had the skill to capture these beautiful relationships that are, irreplaceable. The same as Flea and I hate to say it, but I'm not going to have her forever. I like to think I will, but, probably won't. So at least to have memories along the way. And I have had professional photo shoots from other, you know, professional photographers that I didn't know and everything. And I will treasure those. I do already treasure those images, and I definitely will in the future. And to be able to have a skill that, you know, that I have and that I've developed, so that I can create something like that for other people, is, I think, I have to be able to, you know, I have to use that. I have it. So that's what I do, and that's why I do that. And I absolutely love, you know, capturing those beautiful moments and that bond that, you know, there's no words to describe it. That's why I'm struggling right now, and I've been going over time. I can see it's 5.5 minutes, sorry. Yeah, but with photos, you know, we can capture that beautiful bond. So yeah, that's why I do what I do, and I would love to capture your story too, whether it's part of our Soulmates project or just as part of our normal photo shoot sessions. So give us a buzz, and yeah, hopefully we get to meet soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.